Well, welcome to the first episode of the Wild Podcast. It's a cigar thing. Today we're interviewing Steve from Perdomo Cigars. And then, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Jace. I'm a tobacconist here at Wild, as well as the social media guy. And then we have Nathan over here.
Yep. I'm one of the owners, tobacconist, buyer, social media stuff,
Everything.
website, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, like Nathan said, I'm Steve Torres with Perdomo Cigars. I've been in the industry for about 5 years now. Got my start in San Antonio, Texas, where I'm from. My girlfriend and her dad actually own a shop down there called E.J. Brown Cigars. I worked for him for a little while. Then after that, I went to work for Fink Cigars. Big operation down there. Huge thanks to Bill Fink and the family. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. So, really enjoying my time in the cigar industry. I knew eventually that I wanted to stay in the industry, but kind of progress. And so this honestly was the next, step in the process. So I'm happy it worked out. So
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Jace, I believe you have some questions for him.
Oh, no.
So this is just going to be kind of rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Do you prefer Maduros, Connecticut's?
I like them both. For me, it's just the time of day kind of deal.
Yeah.
If I'm going to smoke Connecticut, it's typically at the beginning of the day. I'll start with a coffee, and then I'll start smoking heavier throughout the day. But I can smoke anything, any time of the day. It's all good. If I've been smoking heavy from the start, I do like to end on a Connecticut. It's a nice change. So I will say that. So.
Yeah. And do you prefer a morning cigar or after dinner cigar? Is there a special time for you?
No, I smoke all the time.
Yeah.
In the car, it doesn't matter.
So say we all.
Yeah.
Once you get in the industry, man, you're just smoking all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And what's your favorite pairing? Do you like coffee, bourbon, rum, anything else?
I like it all, man.
Yeah.
Big coffee snob. Since coming here, you guys have excellent drinks. So I've been able to pair lots of different drinks with Perdomo Cigars, and they've all been fantastic. So it's been honestly a good discovery of, just not just like, I'm just going to have whatever bourbon or whatever. It's like you guys actually put a lot of time and effort into that, and it's honestly been an experience to try all that stuff. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that.
yeah.
And do you have a specific cigar that you celebrate big moments with?
Honestly, not really. I just kind of smoke what I like, honestly. And one of my favorites has been the Legacy, especially the Nicaraguan shade grown. I don't get to smoke it all the time, but when I do, I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah, Nicholas did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah. And if you were stuck on a beach, you can only smoke one cigar for the rest of your life. What cigar would that be?
10th Maduro, man.
Yeah.
That's my go-to every day.
The old
Your
desert island.
desert island cigar.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
a chocolate bomb for me, and I love it. So.
Sheesh.
Yep. All right. Well, cool. Well, today we're smoking the 20th anniversary Maduro from
Yes.
Perdomo. It is a great cigar, and then I'm pairing it with a Temptress because of all the chocolate notes in it. Jace, what about you?
I'm pairing it with a Guinness for much of the same reason.
Yeah. I'm doing I believe it's a chocolate orange old fashioned. I get a little bit of chocolate and citrus, especially on the retro on this cigar, and so I figured it'd be a great pairing. So far it's been awesome.
All right. Well, let's see. So we already talked a little bit about how you got into the cigar industry, how long you've been at Perdomo. So for maybe people new to Perdomo, what makes Perdomo unique in the cigar world?
So we're actually a true family-owned company. It is very much so a family business, and we're vertically integrated. We do everything ourselves. We control every aspect of the process, from seed to planning, fermentation, quality, sorting, selecting, box making.
Yeah, well, you got to see all that stuff firsthand recently because you got to go do the tour.
Right.
Which I've been to tour too. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
So much fun. There's so many steps into making a cigar that I never knew about.
Yes.
And Nick is insane about quality control.
For sure.
So I really appreciate it. That's part of the reason why these sticks are always so consistent.
Right. So you see all that in person, and then you look at the price, and you're like, how in the hell is Nick putting these cigars for, sub $16? It's crazy. But, Nick believes very much so that his cigars should be priced to enjoy every day. So,
Yep. Well, they draw test every single cigar. Like if you cut into it, you can see the color.
Right.
From
So if you
draw
get
test,
about maybe about an inch from the cap here, you take the wrapper off, you'll see a mark on there. It's an alcohol-based marker, and it just verifies that the cigar was draw tested. So.
Nice. So with that tour, let's see. Was it like 3-4 days?
It's about 4 days.
4 days. Yeah. It was fun because we started off like going to the fields, and then it was to the factories. It was all a fascinating process, and then we got to stay someplace that was nice and chill, and lots of time to hang out with Nick.
Yep.
He actually led the tour that I was on, so that
Awesome.
was cool.
Nice.
So let's see here. Jace, you got any questions?
Yeah. How long does it take from seed to actually be a cigar that's in your hand? Or
Yeah, so it honestly just depends. So for our Fresco and Menso Lot 23, it's going to take 5 years. Move up to the 10th anniversary and the Habano Bourbon Barrel Age, that's going to be 6 years. Moving to the 20th, and that's 8 years. Then in the 12-year double age vintage, that's 12 years. 30th anniversary is actually 15 years, and then legacy is 10 years. So,
Yeah.
Cool. So from planting, fermenting, rolling, all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, if someone's new to Perdomo, what cigar would you recommend that they start with?
It honestly just depends on their palate. I'm not going to recommend something outside of their wheelhouse. You always want to turn somebody on to something that they're going to enjoy. If they're a new smoker, probably champagne, but champagne is honestly a little deceiving. Out of the 10th anniversary line, that has the most nicotine content out of all three.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. I learned that on the tour.
Yeah, 4.6%. And then as you're starting to, age the wrappers, the longer fermentation process, nicotine content kind of goes down a little bit. So, yeah. But if you're looking to introduce guys who want to get into sun-grown and Maduro, then, 10th anniversary line is where it's at. So somebody's smoking more full-bodied stuff, I'd probably recommend them a 20th anniversary, and then they like 10th anniversary, but something with a little bit more flavor, then I'd recommend the Habano Bourbon Barrel Age. So.
So in the Perdomo line, what do you smoke the most of?
It's either 10th anniversary or 20th, but my favorite Connecticut is the Habano Connecticut.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I like all the Habano stuff. So is there anything new coming out? I know Legacy just came out not long ago.
Yeah, so there is something in the works. It's a Legacy line extension. So Legacy was, Nicholas's love project to honor his dad, Nick. He wanted to do something for him, and I think he did a phenomenal job. So with the line extension, that's actually going to be Nick and Nicholas's first collab project. So I'm super excited to see what comes out of that. They're both phenomenal blenders, so I just know it's going to be awesome.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I still actually haven't had the Legacy.
Oh,
Every
we gotta
time I
change
go
that,
to a
man.
shop to grab it, they're out.
Yeah, well, it's that good. So
Oh yeah, I believe it. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Are we going to get a Perdomo Woody?
Oh gosh.
Closest thing you'll get is in the Menso.
Yeah, I was going to say they got the Amenso. Let's see. Well, let's talk about the cigars that we've got in our humidor here from Perdomo. We've got the 10th Maduro, we've got the Champagne, we've got the 20th Maduro, and we've got the 20th Sun-Grown.
Right.
They're all great cigars. They're all big sellers for us. Perdomo is in our top 5 brands.
Awesome. I'm happy
so
to
they're
hear that.
always a mover. And we planned on eventually expanding to bring in some more stuff.
Yeah.
Which, hint, we've got an event coming May 14th.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll see
there.
what new stuff we maybe have for that. Not
Yes.
sure what yet, but we'll probably bring in some things to try out and see what people like and how we can expand the brand a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you think there's a cigar in the Perdomo line that doesn't get enough attention?
For me, I think it's 20th anniversary, honestly. That is, right now, believe it or not, it's one of our fastest growing core brands. But I think, people kind of overlook it because of champagne, Habano bourbon barrel aged, but it's a phenomenal cigar. I don't know if you guys know any of the differences between all of them, but so with the 10th anniversary line, it's 6-year aged tobacco, using a lot of the Jalapa region for the binder and the filler. And then with the bourbon barrel, it's more esteli. So, like I said earlier, it's a little bit stronger, more flavorful, if you will, than the 10th anniversary. Then you're jumping to 20th anniversary, and that's 8-year aged tobacco. And how we like to look at our blending processes for different cigars is that it's not so much about the regions, it's about the ingredients. So think of it as like salt, pepper, garlic. We're going to change those a little bit to create a different blend. And that's how, it is with 20th anniversary. And why it's also a bigger ring gauge is because it's using higher primings on the tobacco leaf. So we've got to create it a little bit thicker, wider, so that we get that consistent draw through there, with the higher priming leaves, because they are more dense and thicker. So, but yeah, I would say 20th anniversary for sure. It's an amazing cigar.
Yeah, they're great. I love the 20th anniversary stuff. And Jace, do you have any other questions, anything you want to ask?
I was just going to say, I don't smoke enough of these 20th Maduros. Every time I smoke them, I'm super ecstatic about it. Super rich blend.
Right.
Has the right type of spice, especially on the retrohale. I got a lot of people asking about spice bombs. This is definitely up there.
Right. And after that, I would say 20th Sungrown. We're known for our Sungrowns. Very consistent spice. It's nothing over the top, but it just, for me, it's just enough it keeps me coming back, draw after draw. So,
yeah.
Well, any other thoughts on anything?
Actually, I wanted to kind of hear you talk about how Perdomo kind of sets up the distributors for expanding their brands.
So merchandising, so we do everything. We actually looked at Fortune 100 companies like Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, stuff like that in supermarkets, and when you look at that, there's this 34-inch window. We actually did studies where we're tracing the human eye when they're looking at the shelf set to buy something, and how it starts off in the top left-hand corner, they move over to the right, down a little bit, and back over to the left. And in that space, they've actually measured it 34 inches. And since we're vertically integrated and make all our own boxes, what Nick did is he made the 4 facings to fit within that width. And so when people are shopping and you have the 4 facings, it creates a billboard effect. And so instead of having a mix and match of whatever, you see the one brand, one wrapper, it all looks the same, just pops out at you. And so that's how we kind of came up with that. And when we started to bring that out, I think it was with the Habano series, we asked our customers to do that, and half of them said no. Screw you, we're going to run our business how we want. Don't tell me how to run my business. And with the other half, they said, okay. And without having that 50%, we had a 67% growth in the company. So,
that
works.
Stuff works.
So,
I mean, I've got a background in marketing, and I appreciate that stuff. I mean, it's true. And I think Nick said that they did some research with Google, too, for all that. And, went around and looked at a lot of shops around the country, and it's a big thing. It really does work. I've tried to arrange a lot of things in my humidor based off of that, and it works
for sure.
But it's the supermarket principle. You've got to, people are going there for certain things. It's all about placement,
right?
So yeah. Well, cool. Any thoughts about this cigar before we wrap up? These things are so dang good and consistent,
right?
These have been a daily smoke on most of mine for a long time.
Yeah, definitely getting a lot of cocoa on this one. Like Jay said, spice, especially on the retro. It's very smooth too. It's nothing that's gonna bite your nose or anything like that. It's very nice.
Well, cool. I think that's about it. We've got the event coming on May 14th. So be sure to stop by for that, and look forward to having some new sticks from Perdomo that night. But But yeah, this is the first episode of our podcast. It's a cigar thing. There's going to be more coming soon. So tune in and see what's coming to Wild.